Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Khalik Darwish. Life is really somewhat challenging. Not only today, rather, since the arrival of the human being on this planet, there are challenges and challenges and challenges. There were challenges. The time is changing, but the challenges are there. The nature of the challenges might not be the same, but one thing is very common from the very day one till now, that is the survival of a human being, and that is the development and the prosperity of a human being. Survival and all of those things, that is really somewhat challenging. And now we are going to talk about what about these challenges? If at all the life is not a bed of roses, how can we somehow make it somewhat easier, somewhat more, doable, and somewhat more, easy to practice, easy to live. And one thing is there, a human being always wanted to have more and more and even more resources for the purpose of for the purpose of being able to face the life challenges in a better way, in a relatively comfortable, in a relatively easy way. But it has not been that much easy, really, my dear friends. But for those people who work on themselves, those people who are trying to make themselves strong enough physically and especially mentally, they are seen. It has been noticed that they find it relatively easy to face all those difficulties and the challenges of life. Today we are going to talk about the mental strength and how to obtain it, and that is really a very important topic to discuss upon, to make it as a topic of the discussion and the debate. And dear friends, like always we have chosen a very beautiful, very useful, and a very intelligently written article on the subject, which will make our talk much more valuable and authentic one. And the caption of this very beautiful article is 12 things mentally strong people do every day. 12 things mentally strong people do every day. This is a very useful, very beneficial article, and it has been written by Tina Fey. Tina Fey is a well-known researcher and author, dear friend. And the Tina Fey is a well-known researcher and author. And here is a very useful and a very beneficial article of her. Let's look upon all of those 12 things one by one. These 12 things which the mentally strong people do every day. First of all, says they practice self compassion. They practice self compassion. Yes, what is why to practice self compassion? I mean, this is somewhat a callous and a cruel word up to an extent. The people don't take much care of the other people, and they are seen, conducting a very harsh criticism, etc., upon other people, upon we ourselves as well, upon us as well. So, how to do that? Should we be accepting whatever the other people are blaming us, the way other people are criticizing us? No, I think that we need to practice a kind of self-compassion without sacrificing the need to improve ourselves, without sacrificing the need to reform ourselves. As for reforming and improving ourselves is concerned, that is absolutely necessary, and there shouldn't be accepted any sort of compromise upon it at all. Otherwise, we don't need to accept the harsh criticism, and that too without a reason. If someone else is careless toward us, we don't need to follow them necessarily. And the second thing is, Tina Fey says they allow themselves to make mistakes. They allow themselves to make mistakes. Why do they allow? Why isn't it much better not to allow making the mistake? Isn't it much better? As a matter of fact, those who are not willing to make the mistake, they will never be able to perform something else in a good manner, in a skillful manner, because it is the mistakes first which makes us a better practitioner of something else. And it is said that practice makes the man perfect. I don't believe that somebody is perfect, but practice definitely makes the man excellent. The practice makes the man skilled enough. And if at all we want to become skilled enough in any particular field, if at all we want to become skilled in more than one field, if at all, I think that what is needed is we need to practice, and we must be ready that there will be certain mistakes, and then we do have to allow ourselves to make those mistakes. Number 3, Number 3, they take a step towards their fears or towards the unknown. They take a step towards their fears, towards the unknown. We people are seen living in the comfort zone. This comfort zone. Why? Because we are afraid. If at all I do come out of that, I will not be able to enjoy the life, and the things will be challenging more, and the things will be more difficult. As a matter of fact, these fears does not allow us to live well. I think that we should come out of that. We should come out of those, and we should venture towards the unknown, because this unknown might be containing, possessing something very beneficial, something very useful for us. So we don't have to be fearful of the unknown. We do have to try new things. This way, we will be able to discover more and more beneficial ways of doing the same thing. So that is really, really important. Now, number four is they develop their sense of humor. They develop their sense of humor. Developing the sense of humor, that is really important, because everybody want to smile, everybody want to laugh, everybody love the jokes, but these jokes must be without insulting anyone else at all. Nobody should be insulted at all. And while maintaining this thing, we should be able to practice the humor. Practicing the humor is really, really important. We must develop the sense of humor, and this sense of humor will make us, will laughter is a very, very important thing. It is one of the essential ingredient of a good life. They develop their sense of humor. Number 5, they use their love for others as their primary motives. Everybody love themselves. It is really fine, but not at the cost of others. Why? Because if we don't love others, I think this is one of the best motivators, and this will keep us active. Will make us, this will develop, help us in developing our capabilities, our talents, realizing our potential a lot. Because the love for others, it makes us really a magnanimous person, it makes us really a great person, it makes us really a good contributor. So they use their love for others as their primary motive. Loving ourselves, that is really good. That is really important. But loving others, it is really important as well. It is not anyway lesser important. And now the number 6 is they appreciate and express gratitude. They express the gratitude, and they appreciate those who are grateful towards them. It is really important, because being grateful, I think that nothing is more important for the happiness, for the satisfaction, for the peace of mind. Look upon those people who are practicing the harsh criticism. Look upon those people who are practicing the complaining and complaining instead of the gratitude. What does happen? They are never seen happy at all. They are never seen enjoying the peace of mind at all. So, if at all we want to become a happy person, if at all we want to enjoy the peace of mind, it is really important that we should be developing the attitude of gratitude. Now the number 7 is they remember their priorities. Everything else does not deserve equal importance. So for that reason, we need to set priorities. Setting up the priorities is really important. And not only that, we do have to set priorities, rather we have to remember for all the time that these are my priorities. We do have to remember it for all the time. Number 8, they keep their sense of exploration. They keep their sense of exploration. It is really important, really important. Sense of exploration. And we need to explore new and new things. better and even more better thing. This sense of exploration, it makes us discover new and better things all the time. Now the number 9 is they make time for solitude. They make time for solitude, being alone for some of the time, being with ourselves for some of the time. It is really important. If we don't do that, then we will not be able to discover ourselves well. So discovering ourselves, that is also very very important, very very important indeed. Now the number 10 is they cultivate connection. We need to develop the good relationship with the other people. They cultivate connecting other people, developing the good understanding with the other people. Now the number 11 is they ask for help and they support others as well. They offer the help and they ask for help. If at all we can help others, we should be ready to do that. We should be willing to make this sort of contribution. But if at all we are in need of the help, I think we should not hesitate to seek the help. Now the number 12 is they know their limits. They know their limits. We are not the unlimited people. The life itself, the number of days we are having, these are very limited. The number of hours in the days we are having, that is also limited. Our physical energy is limited, our mental capability, our financial resources, our connections, all of these things are limited. I think if at all we do take care that I have this much and that much, I am good at it, in it, I'm not that good in it, because everybody is not equally talented. Everybody does not possess the same sort of talent. Everybody is talented, but everybody is carrying the different sort of talent. So we must be knowing our limits, and we should be thinking, planning, making, taking the decisions, keeping in view our limits. So that is really, really important. It was a very useful and a very beneficial article indeed, and it has been written by Tina Fey. 12 things mentally strong people do every day. Thank you.